Next question. You have like a vast library of albums that you have recorded. Is there a single one, or maybe two or three, that you feel most passionate about? Like you liked this or that a little more than the rest, or
yeah, you know,
like special meaning for you?
I feel like they're all children, you know, and you're not supposed to love one child more than another.
Okay.
But we do.
Yeah.
You know.
But can you name one or
yeah,
two?
Absolutely. One of them is obviously Straight Between the Eyes. That
Okay.
is a serious album from start to finish. And of course, Odyssey, I think, is just brilliant. It was a brilliant time when Ingrid was in the accident, and there was a lot of emotion, and there was a lot of feeling. And these songs, I think, were written very spiritually. So I think you'll find the whole album is just a fantastic performance from every member that played on this record. So those two records always stay
special.
Yeah, special to me.
And there's a question here, like in your sets, you include a lot of songs that weren't originally recorded by you.
That's true.
Do you do that just because you want to do them, because you like those songs, or is there any other reason, like Highway Star?
Grew up on that song. But here's the main reason. The main reason, after you tour with Rainbow for 5 years and you tour with Purple for 4 years, you own those songs.
It becomes a part of you.
You own those songs. I was doing Highway Star when I was in high school. So why would I even stop doing it now after I actually stood on stage? Ezra.
Yeah, okay.
And I played guitar lead.
Oh, so then you were a singer.
I was singer and guitarist at the same time.
You were singing guitar frontman.
Singer got sick.
Okay.
I don't think he was sick. I think he was drunk. And we were at a local school dance, and somebody had to sing, so I stepped up to the mic and I started singing and playing. And the next thing I knew, that everybody was coming up front calling, "What's this?" And I said, "Maybe I got something here." So I started singing more, but I also played the lead guitar, like that was my passion.
But then was that something that, like, wow, I like singing, and you decided you were gonna sing, or was that something that people expected from you? Like, hey, you sang well, do that again.
Well, it was something it was kind of like I played accordion, but I wasn't very good at it, you know.
Okay.
So I stopped playing accordion. But when you find something, any of the students, any human being, when you find something that's a gift, you should use it. You should try to polish it, because God doesn't give these gifts to many people, you know, and it's amazing to throw it away. I tell my daughter all the time, you know, I said, you have to always live up to your potential, because she's talented, and she plays classical piano since 3, and she's learning guitar, and she's an artist, and she cooks, and she's great, but she's lazy.
Oh, okay.
And I tell her, you cannot afford to be lazy, because this gift is something so special and so sacred.
So you're saying, like, you have a responsibility
Thank
to your
you.
gifts.
You have a responsibility and a discipline for your gifts. And if you throw them away, I think it's the biggest sin that you can make in your life.
Because there's so many people that wish they had the gift.
Absolutely. And when you have this, you take it for granted. If you don't discipline it, how do you take care of your voice? Maybe that'll be a question later.
Yes.
Practice, live a good life, clean, exercise, you know, all the things that will keep you for this gift to shine. So yes, I think that you have to exercise. If someone can play piano as well as guitar and sing, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
That's something I've been meaning to ask you. You mentioned a drunk guy, and it's very common in rock and roll that people, you know, let's get party all night long and let's get drunk. Do you take care of yourself in that sense, like
Now.
you eat right to sing, and
Now we do.
but
Not
that changed.
now, but maybe 10
It didn't used to be like that.
Oh, please, Jack Daniels, you name it, women. Hey, it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and I did it all. I'm not gonna hide from that. You know what I mean? And
but is that because you think it was a mistake, or do you feel that it was necessary?
I'm lucky I didn't die.
Okay.
Seriously, lucky I didn't overdose.
Okay.
No, I never did like hard drugs like heroin or anything like that. You know, but I enjoy letting my mind go and channeling different feelings, and sometimes you're inhibited. So if you start to drink,
so it
loosens up a little. But what you learn eventually, I think, and it's important for the students to know, is that it's not illegal or very bad to take this moderation. I was Buddhist for over 25 years, vegetarian for a long time. Moderation.
Okay.
Now everything is moderation. I'll have one, maybe 1.5 drinks for on stage, and then I'll bring the rest of it on stage, and that's it. Afterwards, I'll have a cold beer because I'm thirsty, and that's it. I don't like to get drunk anymore. I don't like the feeling. I don't like to do heavy drugs anymore. I'll be honest, you know, I like a little smoke. That's it.
Okay.
And people will say, well, do you smoke cigarettes? No, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I have smoked cigarettes. I have done everything that is terrible for you to do on it. But I've learned my lesson, and I think that's the important thing, is to know your limits and also know when you're destroying yourself.
Oh, okay.
And if you can't go on a single night because you're, from whatever reason, then you got to stop that reason.